Hello, my friend. I'm going to show you how to make this croissant punch needle coaster that is super fluffy. It's like a rug for your mug. We're using this punch needle kit from Temu, a pair of scissors, PVA craft glue. The kit does provide a hot glue gun stick. If you don't have a hot glue gun at home, I'm going to show you a hack to use a lighter. Here's the material needed: the hoop, the monk's cloth, the punch needle, threader, which is this wire here, yarn, felt. First, we will stretch the fabric on the hoop. Unscrew and take the inner hoop out. Place the monk's cloth on the inner hoop. Put the outer hoop around it and tighten the screw a bit. Stretch the fabric, making it taut. And then tighten the screw even further. Here's how to thread the needle. Take the threader, holding the loop side of it. Stick it into the smaller hole at the tip of the needle, not the big hole. Push it until the loop is sticking out of the end. Pass the yarn through the loop, about 5 cm, hanging, and then pull the threader so that the yarn comes up with it at the tip of the needle, so that it looks like this. Let's make the first punch. For the outline, we're gonna make punch here, push it, and then pull the loose yarn out from the other side. Make sure that the opening of the needle is facing the direction that you're going. Punch around 2 holes apart. Lift the needle slightly just above the fabric. Move 2 holes forward and punch again. Remember not to lift too far above the fabric, otherwise it will undo the previous stitches. As you can see on the other side, it will look like this. This back side is going to be the top of the coaster. Make sure you have enough slack in the yarn so that the loop doesn't unravel. If you punch too far apart from each other, then the problem with the outline is it will be super sparse. Punch needle is quite reversible. We just need to pull out the yarn and we can start over. After the last punch, turn over and cut the yarn near the tip of the needle. Pull the needle out and you've finished. Make this easier, I got this image onto my computer and I'll just flip it horizontally. For the overall order of different colors, I recommend coloring in the small detailed parts first, so that when you fill in the rest of the color, you don't have to worry about accidentally covering those small details. The sequence of punching the same color is from outside to inside, going in a spiral line or zigzag line depending on the shape. To go from here to punching here, you can just directly pull the yarn over and start punching this part. So basically you can just skip cutting the yarn and continue with the same yarn. So it's more efficient. If you have a lot of yarn left and you know that is more than enough, so I carefully trim off the excess yarn. We can also cut the loops so that they are of uniform length. I finished trimming off the excess yarn. I'm going to try to use the punch needle to move the yarn a little bit because the black outline is now covered by the other colored yarns. Snip off some of the longer loops to make it look more uniform. So cute! It's just like a bathroom rug. We can now take the fabric off the hoop, cut around this croissant, leaving about 3 cm of scrap fabric around it. We're about to glue this onto the felt, folding the edge under the croissant. Making a sharp turn here, I'm gonna take a snip so that it's easier to fold inwards. Glue around the edge first. And I'm gonna put glue all over. on the yarn itself to keep its shape. Glue it on the felt. Give it a good press. PVA glue needs air to dry. Instead of putting it into the plastic bag, I would sandwich it between two plastic bags like this and put magazines or books on top so as to not make the books dirty, but at the same time allow air circulation. An alternative way to glue it is to use the hot glue provided. If you don't have a hot glue gun, or you're an adult like me, then you can melt it with a lighter. Proceed with caution. Carefully heat up the glue stick and put the glue on the fabric so that it sticks onto the felt. Keep the windows open. I would recommend wearing a mask. The final step is to cut around this felt backing. Make sure not to cut the monk's cloth or the yarn. And we're done making this punch needle coaster. What do you think? Enjoy your cup of matcha! I figured out why I ran out of black yarn. It's because there is no black outline on this side of the croissant. This part of the black yarn can be removed and we can fill in these parts of the outline. A reminder on budgeting the yarn. So this is the yarn left after I made the croissant. The dark brown yarn is completely used up. You can choose which side to be the top of the coaster, top or bottom of the fabric. For the top, it is tidier and flatter, but the monk's cloth is showing at the edge. If you choose the bottom lip side, it is fluffier and the edge is hidden, but it is more uneven to put a mug on.